Hi there everyone. I've just finished filming a video and wanted to just chat to you guys a little bit. I don't tend to do this much, and I suppose I just thought there were a few things that I wanted to address and a few questions that I keep getting of late that I thought it was worth me just sitting down and having a little bit of a catch up. And please let me know if you like these sorts of videos, because I feel sometimes that as much as I love creating my fashion content, sometimes I don't, or it doesn't allow me to kind of really let you into maybe what's going on in my life and what's happening behind the scenes. So I'm thinking about creating a regular kind of talk time video like this. So let me know if once you've watched this you think that you would like to hear more. But the first thing that I wanted to talk about was a couple of weeks ago, I created a video on quiet luxury. It was my take on the trend, and what was really interesting to me was it started going off. From the moment that I posted that video, it was going crazy and getting lots and lots of views, which is always exciting as a YouTuber. You want to get as many views as possible because that's how you get paid after all. But what also seemed to be happening was the comments were... Well, a lot of the comments were really nasty, and for me, I can deal with this. I am 56, I'm old enough to, and I have a thick enough skin to kind of deal with a lot of the negative stuff that comes my way. But what seemed to be happening in this video was there was quite a bit of fighting within the comments, between viewers, and that's kind of the worst thing for me because, this YouTube channel is my little space on the internet that lets me escape from the real world, lets me kind of just have a happy place that I can chat about something that I love, which is fashion, and share some of my insights and just be part of a like-minded community. So when I saw all these nasty comments, it was just heartbreaking for me. So what I did do was I switch that video off. So I put the video to private. It's still there on my channel. You can't see it. It's set as a private video because I wasn't sure whether I was going to reset it live or what I was going to do with it. I'm sure I'll just delete that video, but yeah, it really sort of saddened me that there was so much nastiness in the comments. And so for anyone asking, and I've still had lots of comments over the last few weeks as to what happened to that video. People wanted to watch it again. People had heard about it and they can't find it on my channel. Well, that's what happened to it. Now, one of the reasons why also I didn't want that sort of negativity at the time, not that I ever want it, but one of the reasons is that my boyfriend of my partner of 5 years has just had a liver transplant, and I'm sure you can guess that that's a major operation. And while he'd been on the waiting list for a liver for about 7 months, it's always a bit of a shock when you get that call up that it's your time, that there's a donor liver that's become available, and it's all go essentially. And so that process is obviously huge. And my whole focus for the last 3 months, so he had it almost 3 months ago now, my whole focus for the last 3 months has been very much taking care of him and making sure that he has everything he needs to get healthy again. And so I think that sort of compounded the whole quiet luxury sort of video for me, and made me, I suppose, less resilient to deal with negativity. Yeah, and I think, as YouTubers, we're all vulnerable. We all go through our own personal stuff, which, as I said earlier, I just generally don't tend to share that sort of side of my life. But I think maybe sometimes it's worth me doing that and opening up a little bit and giving you guys who follow me regularly just a little bit more of an insight into who I am. And I know that it's easy to kind of look at people online and think that everything's cruisy and their life is amazing, but that's, definitely not the case. I also had a skin cancer removed a couple of weeks ago. Well, actually, it was just over a week ago. I had the stitches out yesterday, and I had an interesting comment, and generally the comments on my videos are very positive and really lovely. And occasionally you'll get some that just kind of strike a chord with you. And this one did that for me because it was a woman saying that I mentioned my getting my skin cancer removed in a video. I think it was the video before, or 2 videos before this one. And she seemed to think that I was making light of it and making a joke of it, which was definitely not my intention. All I was saying was, I've got an unsightly plaster on my arm. That's what it is. It's skin cancer. I haven't looked after my skin as well as I could have when I was younger. And I basically sort of said, that's just a little friendly reminder to either stay out of the sun or wear sunscreen. Now, I didn't think that I was kind of making light of it, and I certainly wasn't feeling like it was a lightweight topic, because it is a squamous cell carcinoma. I actually need to have another surgery on it just to remove the margins. But that comment also made me think, I wonder if there is an option for me to just talk about issues and topics here that are kind of interest to me and potentially of interest to you. Another question that I had was, I mentioned in a recent video about menopause and how I have been going through menopause. I'm not quite out the other end, I don't think, but someone mentioned in a comment, which really also struck a chord with me, that, perhaps I should use my platform to share my experience with things like menopause and to sort of help break down the stigma. And yeah, it did get me thinking, there is a real stigma around menopause and women of a certain age. And there's a really nice positive push that's happening in the media at the moment with some 50 plus women that are really putting a really positive spin on aging, and I'm loving that. I think that that's great. I definitely have my own thoughts on it, and yeah, would just love to know whether you're interested in hearing my experience with menopause, where my mind is at, where my head is at with dealing with aging. Let me know in the comments below if these sorts of topics actually resonate with you and you would like me to just have a little bit of a regular talk time, and we can sort of chat about some of the issues that affect us, but we don't seem to see a lot of talk about them online, or certainly not a lot of positive, constructive talk online. So let me know in the comments. And another question that I regularly get asked is, or I have been getting asked recently, which I've been loving, is my skin. It's about my skin and how luminous it looks. I don't know whether it's looking luminous today. It probably isn't because I'm talking about it, but there is a product that I've been using and I've been mixing it with my foundation, and I was going to bring it along today, but I haven't got it here. But I'll put a little picture of it up on the screen here, or maybe here. And it's a really affordable Revlon product, and it's called Skin Lights. And I used to use this product years ago from Revlon when it was in a powder form. And it used to give my skin this really lovely sheeny, translucent sort of glow. And when I was out and about the other day, I saw that they had Skin Lights. Revlon had Skin Lights. I don't know how long it's been available for, but they still have a product called Skin Lights, but it's in a liquid form. So I grabbed some and I've been mixing a tiny bit in with my foundation, and I've really been finding that my skin is definitely looking more luminous and glowy and more youthful and fresh. So that is the secret to my more luminous skin. And just in case you're one of those people that asked the question, but it's a really nice product and easy to use, and as I said, affordable, and just kind of gives me a bit of a healthy glow, which I don't have naturally anymore. Oh, and just while I'm kind of sharing a whole lot here, one of the other things that has been a little difficult or interesting for me to navigate in the last 7 months is that my youngest son has just turned 17, and he was given the opportunity to go and live in the US and go to high school there, spend his last 2 years of high school in the US. He's been there for 7 months. And so that's been quite an adjustment for me as well. I did not expect to send my son to the other side of the world, and it's meant that I've traveled to the States twice this year already to spend time with him, and I love the US, so it's a great opportunity for me to to travel and to go to a country that I love and really enjoy seeing more of. But on the sort of the mama side of things, it's actually quite sad not having my boy close and not having him at home. But again, that's probably another thing that made the whole sort of negativity around the quiet luxury video that I posted just that little bit harder for me to sort of brush off. Or, you know, I think what I'm trying to say is that I don't have the thick skin that I used to have. There have been things in life that have been probably just testing me a little more than normal, which, you know, my son being away, my partner having a liver transplant, my own little skin cancer hiccup. Yeah, just little things that have sort of, well, they're not all little, certainly not all little, but stuff, just life that crops up that makes me feel probably more vulnerable than normal. So the other thing that I always get asked to is, why don't I do something with my hair? Why don't I curl it or something? And today I did. I've tried my best. It's not hanging in there. It's wanting to drop out and go straight again. But I've made a little bit of a promise to myself that I'm going to make a little bit more effort with my hair. I'm going to maybe get a few little layers cut into around the front of my face so I can curl it and it might stay a little bit longer. But that's another thing that I do seem to hear about a lot, like I need to do something with my hair. It suits my lifestyle. I like to work out. I like to be able to not wash my hair and have to style it every day. Over the years, I have tried every style imaginable and tend to feel that this is the one that works best for my lifestyle. But I don't know why I'm here on the internet explaining my hairstyle, but I did just kind of want to say I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. I've never been great when it comes to, you know, styling my own hair, but I have made that promise I'm going to make a little bit more of an effort. But anyway, I really did just want to hop on here and kind of just talk to you instead of chatting about fashion and trends, which obviously is something that I love doing, but just to kind of connect with you on a different level and to say hi and to find out whether this is something that you would be interested in me doing on more of a regular basis. And as I said, talking about some of those subjects that are affecting me and I'm sure affecting many of you as well. Anyway, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you as always for watching my videos. It means the absolute world to me, and I know that that's not new, you hearing this from YouTubers, but for me, it enables me to be a single mum, look after my boys, my family, put a roof over our heads, and also do something that I absolutely love. So I don't take that lightly. I feel extremely grateful, and I couldn't do it without you and your support and your continued support of watching the content that I put out. So this is a great opportunity for me to once again just say thank you. Thank you for being here with me on this journey.